Hello everyone. Today we will discuss problems on profit prior to incorporation. Okay. Now look at. See problem number 3. The promoters of proposed New Wave Limited purchased a running business on 1st January 1984 from Ultra Modern New Wave Limited, which is a new company. New Wave Limited. It is purchasing business from Ultra Modern New Wave Limited. From what date? From 1st January 1984. Okay. Which was incorporated on 1st May 1984. So what is the date of incorporation? 1st May 1984. The combined profit and loss account of the company prior to and after the date of incorporation is as under. So they are giving profit and loss account for the whole year. Look at profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December 1984. So what is the date of closing the books of accounts? On what date they are preparing this balance sheet? Oh sorry, profit and loss account 31st December 1984. So here we have some items. Look at. First, look at on credit side items. Credit side, what we have? Gross profit. What we have? Gross profit. Look at gross profit. How we will apportion the gross profit into pre-incorporation and post-incorporation on the basis of sales ratio. So this we will distribute on the basis of sales ratio. Next, discount received. Discount received is gain for us. Discount received is gain for us. So that this is generally why we will receive discount. Generally why we will receive the discount? Because we will purchase the goods from suppliers. If we make payment immediately or within the stipulated period of time, then the supplier will allow us some cash discount. So that is gain for us. So generally this discount received we will receive because of purchases. So discount received is distributed according to purchase ratio. According to purchase ratio. Next, come to debit items. Rent, insurance and salaries. These expenses are related to time. So we will distribute according to time ratio. Okay. Next, director sitting fee. Director sitting fee is always recorded in post incorporation period. Next, preliminary expenses. What is the meaning of preliminary expenses? Preliminary expenses are nothing but formation expenses. To incorporate the company or to start the company, to register the company, we have to incur some basic expenditures. So that basic expenditures are preliminary expenses. So generally these preliminary expenses we will record in post incorporation period. Post incorporation period. Next, carriage outward and selling expenses. This we know. Carriage outward and selling expenses we will distribute according to sales ratio. According to sales ratio. Next, interest paid to vendor. See, interest paid to vendor. We will see any generally interest paid to vendor will distribute according to time ratio. If nothing is given in the problem, if anything is given according to that specific ratio, we will distribute. Interest paid to vendor. Look at the additional information. Following further information is available. Sales up to 30th April 84 were 3 lakhs. If you observe, up to 30th April 84 is what? See, from what date the business is taken over? Business is taken over from 1/1/1984. What is the date of incorporation? 1/5/1984, when we are closing our books of accounts on 31st December 1984. So the time gap between these first two dates will give you pre-incorporation period 4 months, and the time gap between second and third date will give you post-incorporation period. So in the pre-incorporation period, what is your sales? 3 lakhs. What is your sales? 3 lakhs. Look at up to 30th April 1984 means it is pre-incorporation period. 3 lakhs out of total sales of 15 lakhs of the year. So total sales are 15 lakhs. Total sales are 15 lakhs. Out of that, 3 lakhs is pre-incorporation sales. That means remaining 12 lakhs post-incorporation sales. Understand? Next, purchases up to 30th April 84 were 3 lakhs out of total purchases of 9 lakhs of the year. So what is your purchases up to 30th April 1984 means pre-incorporation period. So in the pre-incorporation period, what are your purchases? 3 lakhs out of total purchases. What is your total purchases? 9 lakhs. So pre-incorporation purchases for 3 lakhs, post-incorporation purchases 6 lakhs. Understand? So we will calculate the purchase ratio. Next, look at interest paid to vendors. Interest paid to vendors on 1/11/84 at 12% per annum on 1 lakh being purchase consideration. So on what date we are paying interest? On 1st November 84. So for this purpose also we have to calculate a specific ratio. Is it clear? Right. From the above information, prepare profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December 1884, showing the profit earned prior to and after incorporation, and also show the transfer of the same to the appropriate accounts. So what is the requirement? We have to prepare the profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December 1984, showing the profit earned prior to and after incorporation, and also show the transfer of the same to appropriate account. So we have to prepare the profit and loss account. We have to prepare the profit and loss account. Already they have prepared the profit and loss account. Now what we will do? We'll prepare a statement. We'll prepare a statement which shows pre-incorporation and post-incorporation profits. Is it clear? Now, take out your notebooks. Put the heading. Problem number 3. Problem number 3. What is the problem? First calculate calculation of time ratio. First calculate time ratio. Calculate time ratio. So what is pre-incorporation period? Pre-incorporation period from 1st January 1984 to 1st May 1984. 4 months. And what is post-incorporation period? Post incorporation from 1st May 1984 to 31st December 1984. So this will give you post incorporation period. So what is the time ratio? Time ratio is equal to 4:8 or 1:2. Understand? Now calculate sales ratio. This is first one, and now sales ratio. Sales ratio. What is your sales ratio? Total sales. Total sales rupees 15 lakhs. So out of that, what is pre-incorporation sales? Pre-incorporation sales 3 lakhs. Pre-incorporation sales 3 lakhs. So remaining 12 lakhs post-incorporation sales. Post-incorporation sales. So what is the sales ratio? Sales ratio is equal to 3 lakhs is to 12 lakhs. This will give you 1:4. This is our sales ratio. Okay. Next, calculate time ratio, purchase ratio. Purchase ratio. What is your total purchases? Total purchases 9 lakhs minus pre-incorporation purchases. Pre-incorporation purchases, how much? 3 lakhs. So what about remaining 6 lakhs? Post-incorporation purchases. Post-incorporation purchases. Now what is the purchase ratio? Purchase ratio is equal to 3 lakhs is to 6 lakhs or 1:2. Is it or not? So this is purchase ratio. Is it clear? Next. So next, what ratio you have to calculate? Time ratio to distribute or to divide interest paid to vendor. So we are calculating, already we have calculated time ratio. So this is for general purpose. Okay, but now whatever the time ratio we are going to calculate, that is for specific purpose. For what purpose we have to use it? Only for distribution of interest paid to divide interest paid to vendor into pre-incorporation and post-incorporation. Is it clear? So write down. So look at here. Business taken over on 1984. Okay, so from this date to on what date interest paid? So on this date interest paid. Interest paid. This is the date of business taken over. Okay, but in this period of 10 months, what happened? On 1st May 1984, business is incorporated. Date of incorporation. Okay, so the time gap between these two dates will give you pre-incorporation period, and the time gap between these two dates will give you post-incorporation period. Okay, now write down pre-incorporation period. How many months calculate? January, February, March, April, 4 months. Now, from 1st May 1984 to 1st 11 1984, that is post incorporation. Post incorporation period is equal to how much? May, June, July, August, September, October. 6 months. 6 months. So, what is time ratio? 4:6 or 2:3. Is it clear? Now we have calculated total 4 ratios. One is calculation of time ratio, sales ratio, purchase ratio, and time ratio to divide interest paid to vendor. Is it clear? Now we will prepare profit and loss account. Put the heading. What is the company name? New Wave Limited. New Wave Limited. So it is a company. Will prepare profit and loss statement for the year ended 31st December 1984. So what is the profit and loss statement pro forma? See, this is a company, so that we have to follow Schedule 3 to the Companies Act 2013. Okay, so now look at amount, post incorporation, pre incorporation, basis, just a minute, basis total. Okay, right, write down particulars total amount. On what basis you are going to divide? Pre-incorporation, post-incorporation. Pre-incorporation and post-incorporation. Now write down. First write down gross profit. What is your gross profit? Just a minute. Yes. What is your gross profit? 84,000. 84,000. Now this gross profit you have to distribute according to sales ratio. Okay, what is the sales ratio here? 1:4. 1 is to 4. So what ratio? Sales ratio. Next, discount received. Discount received. What is your discount received? Sorry, just a minute. Gross profit is 1,50,000. Gross profit is 1,50,000. So divide according to sales ratio. Look at what is the sales ratio here. 1 is to 4. 1 is to 4. Okay. So 1 is to 4 means how much here? 30,000. 1,20,000. Is it clear? Next, discount received. What is your discount received? 6,000. Discount received is distributed on the basis of purchase ratio. What is your purchase ratio? 1 is to 2. So write down here 1 is to 2. Divide 1 is to 2, 2,000, 4,000. So what is your total income? Total income is 1,56,000, 32,000, 1,24,000. So this is total A. Now this is our income. Now deduct expenses from this. What is the first expenditure? Rent, insurance, and taxes. Sorry, salaries. Rent, insurance, and salaries. Salaries. How much? 12,000. So these expenses are related to time. So we have to divide according to time. What is the time ratio? Look at 1 is to 2. Time ratio is 1 is to 2. So 1 is to 2 time ratio. How much? 4,000 and 8,000. Yes or no? Okay. Next, director sitting fee. Director's sitting fee 3,600. This is directly written in post incorporation. Okay. Next, preliminary expenses. What is your preliminary expenses? 4,900. So these are also recorded directly in post incorporation. Next, carriage outward and selling expenses. Carriage outward and selling expenses. So what is your carriage and selling, carriage outward and selling expenses? 5,500. So on the basis of sales. Don't forget, carriage outward and selling expenses we have to distribute according to sales. How much? 1,100, 4,400. Next, interest paid to vendor. Interest paid to vendor. How much interest we have paid? 10,000. So for this we have a specific ratio. What is that? 2 is to 3. Look at here. 2 is to 3. So if you want, you can give reference. Working note 4. Okay. How much it is? 2,000. Sorry, 4,000 and 6,000. That's it. Now tell me total expenses. How much? Total B. How much here? Look at. Try to calculate. 12,000 plus 3,600, 15,600 plus 4,900 plus 5,500 plus 10,000. How much? 36,000. Total column 36,000. Here how much? 4,000, 5,000, 11,100, 11,100, 4, 5, sorry, 9,100, 4, 5, 9, 9,100. Yes or no? So 32,000 minus 9,100. Okay. Next, how much it is? We can deduct 36,000 minus 9,100. 26,900. Okay. Now, what is your profit or loss? Profit or loss? A minus B. How much you will get? Here it is 156 minus 36. 1,20,000. 32 minus 91. 22,900. How much here? What we can do is like 20,000 minus 22,900. 97,100. So this is our pre-incorporation profit. Pre-incorporation profit is transferred to capital reserve. If it is pre-incorporation loss, then it is transferred to goodwill account. Is it clear? So write the note point here. Pre-incorporation profit of rupees 22,900 is transferred to capital reserve. Can you tell me entry for this? The entry for this is profit and loss account debit 22,900 to capital reserve account. Understand? So this is important. Is it clear, students? So I will show you the problem again, answer again. Please have a look. This is calculation of time ratio, sales ratio, purchase ratio, and this is time ratio to divide interest paid to vendor, and this is the statement of profit and loss. Is it clear? And this note point is important at the end. Pre-incorporation profit of rupees 22,900 is transferred to capital reserve account. So what is the entry for that? Profit and loss account debit to capital reserve account. Is it clear, students? So this is for this video. So we will meet again in the next video. Till then, bye bye everyone.